Hello, I'm Rogue Star, and we have a lot of entertainment news and one storage news. So let's get started. Okay, the first five will be from comicbook.com. Far Cry 7 report has bad news for fans. A new report about the next Far Cry game, tentatively dubbed Far Cry 7, has bad news for fans. Far Cry 5 was Ubisoft's best-selling game last generation. Despite being divisive among both critics and consumers. Unfortunately, Far Cry 6 didn't carry forward this momentum. It doesn't seem to have sold as well, and its reception was far from the highs of the series has seen with the previous games such as Far Cry 3. That said, Far Cry 6 doesn't change the fact that it's still one of Ubisoft's biggest series, and it's obviously going to continue whether another mainline game called Far Cry 7 or something new and different. All of that said, a new report has surfaced claiming that the next Far Cry game is now further out than Ubisoft was planning. Considering that Ubisoft has yet to reveal a new Far Cry game means that if this is true, not only is the next installment still far away, but probably very far away. Check the link in the description for more. Second one, Star Wars confirms new Tales of the Jedi series. Oh my. With a month to go until Star Wars Celebration, details of in-person events are starting to emerge, which include the reveal that a new panel will be held in honor of the Star Wars Tales of the Jedi series of animated shorts. No actual details about the project have been confirmed, with Lucasfilm themselves not having made the announcement, though the reveal of this information could see more details about the project be revealed ahead of the celebration, given that one of the special guests of the panel will be Dave Filoni. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. It's possible that he is involved in the project in some capacity. Star Wars Celebration kicks off on May 26th, and Tales of the Jedi panel will take place on Saturday, May 28th. It's going to be animated. I think it should be live action, but that's me. I did like this series. It was a good series. I didn't like reading stories about the Jedi. Anyway, let's move on. Check the link in the description for more. Next, Lock and Key, The Golden Age, an exclusive look at the making of the Sandman crossover. In 2021, Lock and Key Sandman Universe, Hell and Gone tied Lock and Key's mythology into the Sandman universe. The Lock and Key The Golden Age collection, releasing on Tuesday from IDW Publishing, collects the crossover and the preceding prequel stories, including one-shots from Small World, Open the Moon and Face the Music, and the three-part In Pale Battle Lines Go miniseries. Comicbook.com can offer an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at how the epic Lock and Key and Sandman universe crossover came together. Take a look at the description in the link. At the link in the description. Oh boy, it's going to be one of those days. Next, Marvel's Predator comic finally gets new release date. Check the link in the description. And last of the comicbook.com news, at least for me, The Walking Dead's Lauren Cohan reveals Maggie and Negan spin-off Origins exclusive. Oh boy, 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 oh boy. Maggie and Negan will return in their joint spin-off after The Walking Dead ends this year. But it wasn't always the plan to pair up Lauren Cohan and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. In March, AMC announced it had greenlit spin-off Isle of the Dead, launching the 6-episode first season seeing the arch-enemies traveling together into a post-apocalyptic Manhattan. Plans for separate Maggie and Negan spin-offs have been in development at AMC Network since at least 2019, including talks of a Negan movie. But it wasn't until the final season of The Walking Dead forced Maggie and Negan to call the truth that the series writer-producer Al Jordan, and I'm sorry if I said that wrong, pitched what would become Isle of the Dead. To read more, check the link in the description. A Silent Hill movie reboot is in the works. Hopefully it's better in line with the games than the 2006 movie was. When looking back at the video game adaptations that have thus far been brought to the screen, you'd be hard pushed to pick out a classic. While the recent Tomb Raider and Assassin's Creed movies weren't that bad, cares what the critics say? I liked both of them, so wait. There have been a high number of hilariously bad video game movies that are best left forgotten. Check the link in the description for more. Silent Hill. Amid reboot rumors, Konami renews Trademark. Oh boy. I am such a fan of these video games. They were so great. I like horror video games. Among so many other horror things that I like. Konami has renewed its Silent Hill trademark amid ongoing rumors that a reboot is on the way. As reported by Video Games Chronicle, Reddit user Long John Silver noticed the updated trademark, which came alongside renewals for Frogger, Gradius, the Water Margin, and Tokakimi Memorial, and I'm sorry if I said those names wrong. The Silent Hill trademark covers games, virtual reality headsets, and a number of other goods and services, though this isn't particularly unusual as Konami still sells a variety of Silent Hill merchandise. Check the link in the description for more. Netflix's Resident Evil show release date revealed in new images. The Resident Evil series on Netflix has revealed the release date and some teaser images. Resident Evil is the popular video game franchise created by Capcom, released on PlayStation in 1996. The game is a survival horror shooter that focuses on zombified monsters and creatures in the fictional Raccoon City. This is the location of the Umbrella Corporation, a pharmaceutical company that develops a biological warfare agent called the T-virus. The virus is inadvertently unleashed on the city where civilians, soldiers, and police must fight to survive the horrifying results. Next, check the link in the description for every single article if you want to read them. Resident Evil 9. Everything we know so far. Oh boy. Resident Evil Apocalypse is not only the name of the... Anyway, let's move on. It's also the name of the Resident Evil 9. And so on and so forth. The last two iterations of the Resident Evil series, namely 7 Biohazard and 8 Village, have been first-person titles, taking a major change in direction from the classic titles up to Point X. Boy, one of those days. Check the link in the description, as usual. Are shorter seasons ruining television? Seasons of television have been getting shorter and shorter in recent years. Is that good or bad for TV? Let's discuss. To read more, check the link in the description. Marvel Studios are currently planning the next 10 years of Marvel movies. Check the link in the description for more of all these upcoming and future movies and whatever else they might come up with. Which they should. I mean, they should get into all kinds of things. Let's move on. Obi-Wan Kenobi director teases Star Wars cameos. There are surprises to come. Think back to Star Wars Revenge of the Sith and recall the movie's final moments. No, not Darth Vader shouting, "No!" after learning about Padme's death, but Yoda offering Obi-Wan Kenobi some guidance. "In your solitude on Tatooine, training I have for you," Yoda tells Obi-Wan. "An old friend has learned the path to immortality, your old master." Oh boy. Check the link in the description for more. Next, the original Far Cry is getting an unofficial sequel. The first Far Cry is being treated to an unofficial sequel thanks to modders. Boy, that was awful. Check the link in the description for more. If you liked the original Far Cry games, the one that started it all, then perhaps you're going to like the sequel if it takes place. Let's move on. Crystal Dynamics announces the next Tomb Raider built in Unreal Engine 5. Oh boy. Ooh, I just had a fangirl leak. I am a huge fan of Tomb Raider games. And the recent Tomb Raider movie was better than the two previous ones, because the two previous ones were like, what, what, what the frick is going on? Well, you don't know what's going on, but it's like, what? Anyway, let's move on. Buried at the tail end of Epic Games' State of Unreal presentation was the news that Crystal Dynamics is working on a new entry in the Tomb Raider series. Oh, you're a fan of Tomb Raider. I don't know, how can you not be a fan of Tomb Raider? It's such a beautiful game. That's this. That was on Twitter. Check the link in the description for more. Tomb Raider launched on the original PlayStation in 1996 and has spawned numerous sequels, a reboot, and 3 movies, of which 2 Angelina Jolie movies I maintain are good to some people. It's been 4 years since the last Tomb Raider game. Shadow of the Tomb Raider launched to tepid views. Oh boy. And it is not yet known if this new game will continue where Shadow left off. And we care why? Why do we care where it leaves off? Where it goes from there? Well, we do, because those three recent video games were so beautiful and great and perfect and lovely, and oh boy. Check the link in the description for more about the fangirl leak. Sources: new Ghost Recon in development as Ubisoft moves on from Breakpoint NFT controversy. Ghost Recon Breakpoint has officially received its last update, Ubisoft announced yesterday. The news comes just a few months after publishers' disastrous experiment with adding NFTs to the game, and we have learned that its Paris studio works on the next mainline entry in the Ghost Recon series, according to 2 sources familiar with its development. Check the link in the description. Ghost Recon is beautiful games too. Great. And I don't really care about the NFTs. I mean, it's still a beautiful game despite all that stuff. Just Move on away from that stuff. Get a grip and love the game anyway. Let's move on. Okay, and last one is the storage news. A step towards seasonal storage. Freezer thaw battery can freeze its energy for later use. Molten salt boy. Molten salt battery marks step forward seasonal storage of grid scaling energy. Scientists have developed a battery designed for the electric grid that can store energy for months without using much storage capacity. The creation of the freeze-thaw battery, which freezes its energy for later use, is a step toward batteries that may be used for seasonal storage, saving energy in one season such as spring and using it in another such as fall. That would be good for off-grid, survivalist, homesteading. That'd be good for those kinds of things and anybody else that wants to save on energy. Hopefully it doesn't cost too much. Because there are things that, oh yeah, save on energy, but does it save on electric bill? No. Really? You save on energy, but you can't save on money. That makes no sense. Anyway, check the link in the description for more. That's all. Thank you and